Yes, so guys, I'm with you. So let's get started. So how was your week? Like, hope you guys enjoyed the assignment and the quizzes. Though I understand that they can be a bit stretchy, meaning that they can stretch your ability. But then, how was it? Because I've not had time to check the assignments because you guys just turned it in last night. So once you give me a review of how the assignment went with you, like what did you struggle with? What did you find easy? Like has it improved you, or you just consider it as a waste of time? Or if you have any suggestion on how best the next assignment can be, like how should we restructure the new assignment? Because the one of the best ways to make sure that we give you guys the best is to have this feedback loop, like a circular loop, in such a way that we give you, you give us back. So that's one of the ways that we can give you the best. So if you have anything, please don't hesitate to mention. But if you don't, I'll just move on to the next thing. So, so where did we stop, guys? We stopped at logical operations. How come nobody is saying anything? Can you guys even hear me at all? Okay, I think the next thing we want to go into now is going to be the date functions in Excel. Or did we cover date functions in Excel? Not yet. Oh, you've covered it. Wow, that's awesome. You guys are moving fast. So, what about text functions? That means you've not covered text functions. All right, so let's get started with that. Can you see my notes? So now when we talk about text functions, we are talking about when we talk about text generally, we are talking about things that are non-numerical. Do you remember we had some functions that can help you add 2 plus 2, multiply 2 by 2, divide 2 by 2, like all of these things that we had earlier, right? Like we had a function that helped us to do that. Am I right? Like, yeah, exactly. So now, what about when we have text? Is there a way we can also do the same thing when we have text? Like, is there a way we can go about it when we have text? So I that's what we want to talk about today. Now, Excel offers us a variety of text functions that allows you to manipulate and analyze text string. When we talk about text strings, we are talking about things that are non-numerical, like your name, like my name. Do you understand? Effectively. Now, these functions are very, very useful when you're cleaning data, either you're formatting the text or you're even trying to extract specific information or even combine text from different cells. Combining text could be maybe you have a cell that has my first name and you have another cell that has people's last name, right? So you want to find their full name. So you can combine the text of first name and the last name, the two columns together to give a new column called full name. Do you understand? No, yeah, some like here is some an overview of some of the most commonly used Excel text functions in Excel. Now let's get with the first one, which is concatenate, concat, or text join. Now, starting with concatenate. Concatenate helps you to combine multiple text string into one. Do you understand? Note, concatenate has been replaced by the word concat function in newer versions of Excel, but it still works in what? In older version. Like if you have version maybe like from 2013 upward, you will not use concatenate, you use concat. Do you understand? But if you are using maybe all this Excel 2007, you might still use concatenate and it's still going to work. So how does it work? You say the syntax is like concatenate, then into brackets, what's the first text that you want and what's the second text that you want to put. Does that make sense? Yes, like an example is concatenate a a1 plus space plus b1 combines the content of a1 and b1 what with a space in between them. Now another one is what concat, like which is similar to concatenate, but this one supports ranges, meaning that he can do a range of cells with concat, but unlike concatenate that he cannot. And it's more like best for the newer versions. Now look at the syntax. Concat, then put your text one in brackets, comma, text two, and the number of text that you want. Now example is concat A1 to A3. Do you understand? Like row A1 to A3 is going to combine from cell A1 to cell A3. Now there is also the third one, which is text join. Text join text from multiple ranges or strings and include a delimiter between each of them. Now look at the syntax. It's going to what we mean by a delimiter is something to separate them. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like a delimiter is more like something to separate them. For instance, now if you say text join, the delimiter is going to be more like it could be hyphen first, it could be comma, it could be space, then ignore empty, then the text one and text two. Don't worry, we are going to take all of these things one after the other. Example is look at it, text join. This the what is it called here? The delimiter here is a comma and a space. If you want to ignore empty, is true. Then cell A1 to A3. So that's going to combine the cell A1 to A3 and separate them by comma. Now let's come to Excel and fire up some things and see what we can play around with. Eh, Sorry, give me a moment. Hope you guys can hear me. Can you see my screen? Can you see my Excel worksheet? Good. Good, 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 good. Give me a moment, please. Okay. Where's my view? Switch windows. Look at this one now. So look at the data sets that we have. Can you see? Hello, can you guys see? So can you see the data set that we have? So we have employee ID, we have employee name, we have the department, we have their position, right? We have their salary, we have the joining date. So what we can do is we can decide to say let's put this one as concatenate This is concatenate. So let's concatenate the employee ID with their manager ID. Do you understand? We want to concatenate employee ID with manager ID. So what are we going to do? We say equal to concatenate, right? So then we'll come here, we'll click on FX. What's the text one that we want to concatenate? Let's choose employee ID. What's the text one? Then the second one, it is the manager ID. Look at the result, but this is not so good enough. So what we can do is we can put a space in between them. So we'll click on this plus to generate an additional one. Then we'll come back to this text two. We'll put this there. I'll put a space in it. Can you see? Like we'll put a space in between it. Then we'll come to text three. Then we'll now click on this manager ID. Then can you see now? There's a space in between them. Can you see what it looks like? The concats work the same way too. But let's use concats with a range of cells, like something down like this. Maybe we want to concatenate like maybe employee one, employee two, employee three, or maybe their first name. So let's say concat. Then we'll say equal to concat. Click on it. FX, right? What's the text one? That I want to. Then exactly. Then want to take this second guy. Text two will be this second guy, right? So can you see now we are able to concatenate it together. So another way we can do it is we can even do this. We can delete this and say A2 to a sorry concat equals to concat A2 to A5. Can you see? He concatenated employee 1, employee 2, employee 3, and employee 4. You see the way it works. Now this is not so good. So another one we can do is use the text join. That one gives us a delimiter that we can use in between them. Text join, right? So we can say come to this and say equal to text join, right? Now let's expand it and see what's our delimiter. Our delimiter is a comma and a space, right? Then let's come to ignore empty. We set it as true. Then text one will now be this, then this up to maybe A5. Then click on done. Can you see the difference between it now? Employer EMP001, comma EMP002, comma then space. So this is like that's how we get to use some of these things. Is it clear? Is it clear? Yeah. All right. All right. Let me quickly go through it again. We have three functions to join text together. That is, you want to join text from different like from different cells together. So we have three ways. We have said concatenate and concat. They do the same thing, but the difference is that concatenate is an older version, right? While concat is a recent version. Is that clear? I said what you just have to do is for concatenate is say equal to concatenate, just like this. Then select these two cells that you want to join together. Like in the case of this one, we joined the employee ID and the manager ID together. Then we separated them by a space. Then we said concat do the same thing too. But now one of the things that like want to do about text join is that text join allows you to insert a delimiter, meaning that the first thing you insert is a delimiter, what you want to use to separate the text. Here we inserted what? Comma and a space, and it showed that is after one text, put a comma and a space for anybody reading it to understand so that it doesn't get jam packed. Is it clear? Because we actually have a lot to cover, but then I don't want to sacrifice the understanding at the same time. Please, can we hold on to our questions, except if it has something to do with this, exactly what we are doing. But if it's not, can you lower your hand? All right, Busari Aziz Afolabi, ask your question. Yes, yes, yes. They can work for different columns. I'm not going to show you that. Yeah, try. You have a laptop with you. Try it on your own with any data that you have. Do you understand? I'm going to send this to the classroom after the class. Do you understand? I can try it after. So do you understand? So I'm not going to show that. Or do you guys want me to show it? All right. Well, okay. Let's just play around it then. So let's come here. We say equal to. I'm only going to do for one. Oh, text join. Right. So let's come to fx. What's our delimiter? Comma and space. Then come to ignore empty. True. Then text one. We can see employee ID. Text 2, manager employee name. Text 3, their department. Text 4, sorry, text 3, their department. Text 4, their position. Sorry, their position. Let's stop at that and click on done. Can you see now we have employee ID? If you expand this now to see clearly, we have employee ID, we have employee name, we have department and position. Can you see? That's how we concatenated it. We can go back and say we want to concatenate it, their name actually, and come to employee 002 instead of change it to 3, 3, T, 3. So press enter. Can you see now? Employee 002, the name of the person is James Smith. That's HR. The position of the person is HR manager. Yeah, then we Aisha. If you want to, like for instance now, if to say you have a missing column, we are going to talk about missing data today. How do you take care of missing data? If you have missing data and you want to ignore them, like you don't want them to, for instance now, look how it is now. Like if you have this, especially when you're working with a range of cells, like let's come back to this one, that we have a range of cells. Do you get what I'm trying to say? We have a range of cells. If to say out of one of these now, like one of these is empty, can you see? He ignored it. If you put it as false, it's going to put an empty space for you. Can you see? It's going. Can you see the empty space before the comma, like in between the two commas? After employee 002, can you see that empty space? Hello. Exactly. So that's what's going to happen when you have the when you have it, like when you have what's it called, F force as your ignore empty. I hope that's clear. All right. So to let's move on to the next one. The next one is left or right, mid, and len function. Find and search, replace and substitute. Now let's go to left or right. See. Please give me 1 minute. I'm coming. I want to quickly share a file here that would help us best. What should I do? What should I do? Or let's just continue. Let's continue. I should have it here. So, Excel. Yes, please ask a question. Please don't forget to up. Sorry, let me check the message. Please don't forget to help us use record. My phone is shutting down in the next 5 minutes. All right, I'm trying to. I'm recording. Hopefully, we are recording. Yes, I'm recording. Hopefully, it's recording and we're able to save it at the end. Yes, I'm trying to. Yes, so let's continue, guys. Now, what left function will do for you? Left function will extract a specified number of text of characters from the start, that's from the left side of a text string. Do you understand? The keyword is left and text like the number of character you want to extract. Now let's say for instance, now let's come to this our data set. You see, looking at this, I'm just going to clear this off so that looking at this employee ID, the first thing is the like what's it called? Their code, sorry, that their employee EMP, and the second, the what's it called, is their number exactly the number their number. So we can extract maybe their what's it called, the EMP out of it. Let's say left. We can come here and say equal to left. You say, then let's click on FX to see what are the parameters involved. What's the text that we want to extract? And like this one, how many characters do we want to extract from it? 3. Can you see? It gives us EMP. So right is like the same, meaning that it's going to but do the opposite, meaning that it's going to start from the right, from the end. I hope everyone is getting it. Equals to right and good. Like we can come here. If we let's click on FX to see what's the text that we want to. This guy, then how many non characters we want to. 3. This is going to give us 001. Can you see it now? So then the next one is mid, the mid function. Mid function we extract the middle ones for you. Let's see what the function looks like. Equals to mid. Then let's look at the argument. We have text. What text are we going do we want to extract? Say for instance now we want to extract this guy. Or let's come to joining dates. Like let's say we want to extract the month they joined. So let's click on that. Then what is the like start number? What number of character do we want to start with? So we notice that we want to start from the fourth one, which is the first character is 0, the second character is 1, the third character is the hyphen, then the fourth character is J. So say 4. The number what's the number of characters that we want to extract? The months are represented in 3 characters, so we want to extract 3. Why is it bringing 31? Does anyone know why it's bringing 31? It's because this is not being considered as state. So let's convert it to short date. You remember we can come here and edit the date like this and say custom. No, dd hyphen mmm hyphen yy, right? So then click OK. Then yes, it comes back. Then let's try the mid function again. It's not working. So let's do equal to mid. Then this is the text we want. We want the fourth character, comma. We want how many number of characters? We want three of them. Why is this? Why does it keep saying 31? Let's see if we make this 3. That's what it's going to run. 831. Like it's literally converting it to something else. But we don't have a lot of time. Let's just choose another one. Like let's make this F2. Let's use this G2. We want to start from maybe the second character and extract the like 3 out of it. Can you see MP0? Like it's the date that's problem, right? So we can always take care of it later, or you guys can look into why the date has problem. Maybe because it's custom, but we don't have luxury of time to check it. What we are learning here is how to use left, right, and mid. Is it clear?
Sorry, sir, it's not that really clear. Can you please come back again?
Alright, so we want to use mid function. We say equals to mid.
No, from left and right.
Oh my god, did you lose your network at some point? Alright, that's fine. Give me a moment, please. Alright, we said left extract a specified number of characters from the start, that is the left side of a text string. See the syntax. For instance, now if you want to like if you want to get the first 3 characters of like of the employee code, which is EMP, we say something like left. What's the text? We'll select the cell for the text. Then we'll specify the number of characters we want to get from it. So I'm only going to do this one in Excel. Like this is what. Let me do this again. I will say equals to left because we are so behind. So we'll click on the cell. Like this is the first one. What text are we picking? Employee 01. How many characters are we getting from it? 3. So it's going to give us the EMP, which is the first 3 characters. The right is like the opposite. It's going to give you the last 3 character. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. I'm glad. And if you are still struggling, please come to this material. So come to what's it called? The video when I upload it. You should get it for today. I should upload it as soon as we are done with the class. So what's the next thing? We've covered left and right. We've covered mid. Now to get the number of character, we use length, like len. You know any Taufik?
Please, sorry, I have a question. The last week video, you have not uploaded it.
Yes, it's because we had a technical issue last week. All the videos did not record. Yeah, that's why we added a lot of videos for you guys
Okay. All right.
to use to cover it up. I'm so sorry about that.
Yes, sir.
All right, so now let's try the len function. We use it to count. For instance, now if you want to count how many character is this developer, so you can use len function. You can say equals to, like this is len. You can come here and say equals to len. Click on it, then click on fx. Then what's the text that we want to count? Developer. Then what's sorry equals to len. Click on fx. Click, please make sure you click on this. That's what happened to me. I didn't click on it. That's why it did not work. Can you see? It's already even before clicking it, it's already showing us that we have 9 characters. If you count developer, it should not be more than 9 characters. Don't worry, I'm going to allow you to ask all your questions. I just want to make sure that we cover some things. Now, find and search. Now, we have find, like if you want to, say for instance, now you want to find something, you want to locate a specific substring within a text string and returns the position of the first occurrence. And it's important to understand that the find is case sensitive. That is, if you are looking for something in capital letter, you cannot press it in small letter. And this is the syntax. Find text within text. What is the start number? Now look at this now. Find apple in A1 returns position of apple in A1. Now let's go there. Let's say for instance now we want to find in dev, we want to find in developer, we want to find dev. So we can come here and say equal to find, right? Now click on fx. What text are we finding? Dev. Make sure that you know the D is capital. Make sure that it is also capital dev. Within which text? Within this. Then you see we found it one times. Can you say like just a single time? For instance, now let's say we want to find how many E we have there. Let's just say E. Can you see? It's going to be 2 times, like 2 E's. Does that make sense? And search does the same thing, but search is not case sensitive. Now look at find now. If I put small d, it's telling me that it did not find it. Do you get? And in reality, we actually have d. Now that can you see? It's because it is case sensitive. Now let's come back and try to and try search. Search equals to search. Search does the same thing, right? But it doesn't, like it's not case sensitive. What text are we finding? D. Within which text? Within developer. Can you see? Even though we press small letter D, it's still telling us that we found it like a single time. Does that make sense? Is it clear? Yeah, good.
Yes, sir. It's clear, sir. Yes, boss.
Yeah, I'm glad. So let's move on to the next thing. So I want you guys to also open your mind and pay attention so that we can be fast. So now we've covered find and search. The next one is replace and substitute. Now, if you want to replace a part of a string with another text string based on the position and number of characters. For instance, now if you want to use replace what's the old text, what's the start number, the number of characters, and new text. Now let's quickly try it so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Sorry. So we can say equal to replace. Now click on your fx. Don't forget what's the old text that I want to replace. Let's come to developer. What's the number of characters? Say for instance now start number. I want to start from 1, which is D. How many characters do we want to replace? Let's say 3. DEV. Then let's change it to PYH. Can you see now? We now have PYH Elopa. Do you understand? That's how you find and replace. That's how you replace. So we're able to replace this guy, like the DEV with PHY or PYH. I hope that's clear too. These are just basic things that we are quite familiar with. Replace is something that we use in Google, like in Microsoft Word, very well. I'm just showing us how we can use it in Python. Now, I'm sorry, in Excel. If we are not in Python yet. So substitute to replaces the occurrence of a specific string within the text with another string. Now, what this is going to do is that, like, it's going to replace all occurrence. Do you understand? This is going to replace all the occurrence of the apple in the A1 with orange. Like this, that's the difference between substitute and replace. So you can try it on your own when you, like, after the class. Also, hope I'm not too fast today. Yeah, I'm sorry if it looks like I'm too fast. It's just that there is pressure to make sure that we finish things on time. So I'm also going to just go through this upper, lower, and proper. Upper is if you are converting everything to capital letter. Lower is if you are converting everything to small letter. Proper is if you are putting it like a proper name. Like if you want to write your name like me, see the way it's showing on your screen. It is M, like capital M. So that's proper, like a proper name. Does that make sense? Nice. So then the way it works is upper, then put the text you want to convert to uppercase. Put it in between. The same for lower, the same for proper. So let me just do for upper so that you see what I'm talking about. And you guys can try lower yourself. You say equal to proper, right? What text are we trying to convert? Let's convert this sales lead. Can you see? That's proper. So let me do upper. So that because it's already in proper case. Can you see? It does everything to all upper letter, like all capital letter. Now the next one is trim. Like for instance now, if like removes all leading or trailing spaces from a string and reduces any in between spaces to a single space. Now let's come here. Like for instance now, this developer now, at the end of it we have like all this amount of spaces. Can you see now? Our length of character is now 15 because I added full stop and all those spaces at the back. Do you understand? It's now 15 if you look at here. Now what we can do is we can trim it. We can say equal to trim and put this guy and press enter. So it's going to, if you do length of this now, if you do length of this, it shouldn't be more than 10 because of the, do you know why it's 10? Does anyone know why it's 10? Exactly. Okay, you guys are astonishingly smart. I'm impressed. So that's how trim works. If to say, for instance, now you have this unnecessary amount of space in between them. So if you trim it, so if you say equals to trim and this, can you see it's going to remove the space in between too? It's not only at the end or at the beginning. If you have it at the beginning too, it's going to remove the space. That's how trim works. Now we have text. Are you hear me?
Yes, sir. Why is it not removing the full stop when you use trim to remove the space?
Because of what you said, we use trim to move space, not full stop.
Oh, I thought you use it for space and
No, I didn't say that. It's just space.
stop.
Yeah, because full stop is actually can actually be valid at times, so you don't want to remove it. Now the next one is text. Like format a text, a number, and convert it into text. Like if you have a number, for instance, now if you have zip codes are usually number, like stuff like zip code, employee, customer ID. Even if they are all numbers, but they are still regarded to as text. You treat them as text. For instance, now if you create a new cell, insert, and you call it something like zip code or phone extension. Let's call it phone extension. Like what's their phone extension? This is 112. Can you see now? Handling it as if it's a number. So if you want to convert it to a text now, you can either come here. No, this is for numbers general alone. So you can just come. Let me use this. Insert. You can say equals to text. This is the character I want to convert. You have entered a few arguments. So it's going to ask you to format text. Format text is a number value is a number, a formula that evaluates to numeric value or a reference, right? That is of a cell containing a numeric value. Now format text is a number format in text form that the category box or the number tab is in the format cells dialog box. So can you see now? Like this is it. For this case now, the same thing is the value. It's the same as value and format text. So you most likely will not be using that a lot of time, but can you see the difference now? This one has come to left align because now it's a text. Is it clear? Good. Text split. So text split only works in Excel. Like if for instance now value is the opposite of text. Value converts text back to value, like to number. If you want to convert it back to number, we just use value in front of it. Now text split is split text string into what? Into separate cell based on a delimiter. For instance now, if you want to divide, I'm coming up. Let's open it. Let me go back to Excel. For instance now, this employee name, like, and their, like, they have their first name and their last name. We can split it into first name, then insert last name, right? So what's their first name? Like we want to split it into first name and last name, so we'll say equals to text split. So now let's open the formula builder because we have a lot. What text are we trying to split? This. Then what's the delimiter? Space, right? Is there any row delimiter? No. Ignore empty. Can you say, like, if we do it like this will give us employee. If we drag it down, it's going to give us all of their first name and last name. Can you see the difference now? Can you see how it works now? So we've been able to successfully divide it into first name and last name. Does that make sense? Which area is this?
Sorry, sir. Do you have to pick the two cells together? Or I don't understand how it's automatically fill them into the cell. I thought you have to put one first and pick the other person later.
I'm
That
coming,
was what
please.
I was looking for. I was surprised it put for both together.
Yeah, you can do for both together. You can do for both together. It's one of the things that makes Excel intelligent. They already know that I want to divide it, so you just divide it for me. Because when you are splitting into two columns. Yeah.
So what if the column next to the one we are splitting from, like
You have to make sure that they are next to each other.
yeah, what if they are not next to each other?
You have to make sure they are next to each other. Yes. Because it's just like when you take yam and you cut it into two. One cannot just stay here and the other one will fly into another place. They have to, like, once you slice it, it comes like together. Please, can somebody share the meeting link on the classroom page? Oh, sorry, on the WhatsApp page. People are asking. Please, someone should share. So I think with that, I can say we've successfully taken care of some text string, like text functions. So anyone we didn't cover, you guys can check it like on your own and try to practice when I give you the text functions, when I give you the assignments and the quizzes. So guys, I'm with you. If you have any question for me. Now I can take any question you have on text functions before I move into the onto the next topic. Yeah, Odemu Aisha.
Sorry, it's Odumiwa. Please, can you take the
Oh, sorry,
text, please?
Odumuyiwa. Sorry, sorry, I butchered your name. All right, you want me to take the text split again?
Yes, sir.
Give me a moment. So text split is if you want to split this employee name, like if you want to split it into two, like their first name and their last name. Like this guy now, his first name is John, his last name is Doe. So we have it like this. Equals to text split, right? So click on FX. You're going to ask you what text are you trying to split? You want to split this guy. What is the delimiter? Delimiter is what separates this text. What should I split this text? So just put space. Then row delimiter, we don't have logical, just ignore the rest of them and click on done. Can you see John Doe? Then if you drag it down, it's going to do the rest for you. Yes, Ahmed Baba Ali.
Yes, sir. And the concatenate function
Concatenate and text split. Concatenate will join them together. Text will divide them. They are more like what and opposite, black, white.
concatenate will join.
Like if you want to join, say for instance, now what they give us is John Doe, and we want to convert them to full name. We want to create a column to make it full name. We'll use concat. Musaya Aminat.
Sorry, please. The text, please. Is it that it is limited to like maybe like training on my system, but it is not showing it in the formula.
Yeah. You have to be using Excel 2021 like myself, or you should be using Excel 365. Yes, I'm so sorry about that. You can you can upgrade your Excel. Please try to use the latest one. You're welcome. Any other question? Because I want to move to the next thing. Amida Mustafa, this is the first time you're asking questions today. That's unusual. I know people that ask questions a lot.
I kind of joined late, but okay, no
I
problem.
thought as much.
Oh, please hope the class is recorded, so I'll just go through.
By God's grace, for now it is recorded, but I don't know what happens at the end.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I think that's all the questions we have. Let's move on to the next thing. Give me a moment. So now we've spoken about text functions. You guys said we've spoken about date and time functions, right? Like today,
Yes.
now, dated if.
No, we've
Oh,
not. But it's in the
I thought it gets confused with how to handle date format.
No, 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 no. Oh no, I think I just dropped the date and time functions. I just dropped it this morning. I be okay. I've not even dropped it. It's going to drop. Yeah, it's going to drop. The assignment on it to drop immediately after the class. Don't worry. So let's go to date and time functions, lookups, and text functions. Don't worry, Excel is sweet, but even Python is sweeter. So guys, like I think you got a message from Farouk, right? Yeah, on how much we found out, because I think people are not using the opportunity, the privilege of you can request for extension on a valid reason. They don't understand what valid reason is. Valid reason, the reason has to be something around maybe your health, maybe you're not feeling too well, maybe you have an exam, or you have unavoidable place you have to be. Like maybe you have to represent your school, or you have to be out like represent your workplace. Like those are the kind of reasons we will grant. That's why quite a lot of us did not get the feedback. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That's why we didn't get the feedback, because they don't consider, like we don't consider your reasons genuine enough to to for you to get an extension. Like from the message, you realize that we place so much emphasis on people being punctual and submitting assignment. If you want to have excuse, you always have like 1,000 of them. If you don't want to come to class today, there is one thing that happened that can actually help you not to that can be a reason not to come to class, right? So we actually don't encourage people to be lazy or to just request for extension of time when they can actually avoid it, please. So from our part, we'll make sure that you get all your quizzes during the weekend, so that even if it's weekend you have, try to solve them over the weekend, and if it remains one or two, then during the week you can always fix them up. Please make sure that you are careful when you're requesting for extension, so that your account will not be flagged, like, and it's definitely, if it's not genuine enough, it's going to be declined. And please submit your assignment, it's quite important. Yes, date functions in Excel. So are we ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you guys ready? Nobody's saying anything.
already, sir.
And did you guys notice that our class is getting smaller? It's getting smaller day by day. Today we have 20 people that joined. when we started around with 37 people. So I don't know why people are dropping, but if you guys know why they are dropping, maybe they told you something before they dropped, or why they didn't join. Because I personally did not receive any message about I'm not coming to class today. So we assume that they've absconded from the program. Does anyone know why people did not join today? Now let's continue then, if nobody's answering me. Excel offers a variety of date functions that allows you to work with dates in formulas, helping you to perform calculations, extract specific dates, part of the date, or convert between dates formats. Here is a rundown of some of the most commonly used ones in Excel. By all means, this is not exhaustive, so it's just the most important ones that we consider you guys might need. Now, the first one is today. Today returns the current date. Now, the one thing about today is if you could go tomorrow and check your workbook, it's going to change to tomorrow. Like it's going to change to tomorrow's date. So it's going to keep changing every day. So how do you do it? You just say equals to today. So it's going to give you the current date of today now. And also now does the same thing too. But the difference between that now is going to show you the current date and time. Now let me go there. Sorry, let me go to Excel. You can come here. You can say equals to today. Can you see? Today we give you this particular today's date. Now let's talk about now. Equals to now. You see, now we give you the date and the current time. Can you see the time is 9:04? If you come back and check 2 minutes after, it's going to be 9:06. That's the problem with today and now. So now the next one is date. Like it takes three arguments, which is year, month, date. For instance, now if you want to combine like three numbers and you want to convert them to a particular date, this is how you are going to do it. Then also year. If you want to extract year from a particular date, for instance, let's take the two together. If you want to, we can say equals to date. What's the year? We can say 2024. What's the month? Comma 08. What's the day? 24. Can you see? 24/08/2024. Now, if from this date we want to extract the year, so we can say here equals to year. It's asking us what's the serial number. So can you say just click on it and done. It's going to extract 2024 for you. We can take a guess. How do we extract the month? Somebody should take a guess. How do we extract month? Why is today's class dull? Nobody's talking.
I think it will be the same process.
I'll put here, right?
Like equals to month.
You go equals month.
Equals to then the
I noticed we have two months. EO month and
We are coming there. Month is to get the month, just like the way we got date. Day is going to be the same thing too. It's going to give us the 11. Do you understand? So I'm not going to try that. Now the next thing I'm going to is weekday. Now weekday returns the day of the week corresponding to the date. The result is an integer between 1 and 7. For instance, now, like it starts with 1 on Sunday. Now, let me go to Excel. Now, if you want to get what day of the week is this date, so we'll say e date. Yes, equal e date. Then we'll click on this to fill argument. One, sorry, is it e date we are trying to do? No, weekday, because I was wondering. So it's telling us that today is the last day of the week, which is Saturday, which is right. Right? That's weekday. Yes, ask a question.
So is there a format that we can use make it return the text like can we provide the cell to text like Saturday instead of seven?
Yes, you can use, what's it called? You can use logical functions. You're welcome. So this is date, the date format. This is year. This is weekday. Now, the next one is e-date. E-date returns the date that a specific number of months before, return the date that a specific number of months before or after the given start date. For instance, now, like what we basically want to do is, if we want to find how many months, like what's the date of 4 months from now? What's the date going to be? Or 4 months, like away, like ago. Do you understand? Before now, 4 months before now, what date is it going to be? So we can use e-date for that. Now, and let me take end of the month too, so that we can practice both together. End of the month returns the last day of the month that is a specified number of months before or after start date. For instance, now if we want to find what is going to be the last day of the month of next month, it's going to tell us. Now, let me show you an example so that we can understand better. This is e-date. So we say equal to e-date. How many, like from today, this date, how many how many months? Maybe like say 5 months from now. What day is it going to be? Now it's giving us this number. Do you know why? Because it's not in date format. So let's convert it to date, short date. Can you see? It's going to tell us that 5 months from today is actually 24th of January 2025. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
For date or e-date, date basically combines the year, the month, and the day together to give you a reasonable date, like to give you in date format. Do you understand now? Yes. Yeah, exactly. So now the next one is EO month. So we say equals to EO month. Now look at it. The first thing we have is what? Start date. Let's say this date. Oh my god. So let's start with start date is this date. How many months away? Let's say 6 months away. It's going to give us the same thing. Let's convert it to date, to short date. Then it's going to tell you that like the end of the 5 months away from this particular date is what is 31/7/2025, which is the end of July. Ahmed Babali.
Because I did not get that here.
Yes, yes, you use it to bring, like if you want to find what is the end of the month of a particular, like, or 5 months after this particular date, or 4 months after, or if you want to use mine, if you want to use before, we can use minus 6 months. What's the, like 30, that's 31/7/2024. Like you can use it for both futuristic and past. Yeah, I said you can use it for both futuristic, use a positive number of months for future, and for what is it called, for the days before, for months before, use minus. Can you see this one now? I use minus. That is 6 months before this time. What is the end of the month? Like the end of the month is the last day of the month, right? So you want to get the last day of the month for 6 months before this January 24, 2025. So next one is, now the next one is dated if. Now dated if calculates the difference between two dates in a year, month, or days. The units can be y if you want to return it in years, or m if you want to return it in months, or d if you want to return it in days. For instance, now if you say dated if the between this, let me just copy it. Now this is, see what I highlighted. Dated if into brackets 11/8/2020, comma 11/8/2024, comma y, meaning that how many years do we have there? Do you understand? So it's going to return 4 years for you. Now let's try it. You see, this is the first date, this is the second date, this is, now we can, if we change this to month, can you see it's going to change it to 48 months. If we change it to day, we're going to change it to, see, this is the number of days we have. Is it clear? Good, good. I don't want to waste so much time because wow, we have 45 minutes left. So also we have net work days. Like it returns the number of all working days between two dates, excluding weekend and any specified holiday. Now, have you ever had to go to bank and they will tell you that we will solve it in like in 15 working days? How many weeks is 15 working days? 3 weeks. You get it now? 15 days is different from 15 working days. So now, for instance, now if you want to calculate 15 working days from today, Excel can help you calculate it. You use net work days. Meaning that if you want to calculate how many working days do we have from this particular date to this particular day. Do you understand? So now, and also if you specify a number of holiday, that is maybe during it we have 2 holidays, then it's going to exclude that. Now let's go to Excel and try it. We can say equals to net work days fx. What's the start date? Say 01/01/2024, and end date is 31 12 2024. Why is it saying 0? Why is it saying 0?
I think it's because the date, their own date format, the month comes before the
Oh,
that's all.
Maybe it's the year, month, and
oh,
day.
oh. Hmm. So 31, 12.
Instead of 31 plus the week, 12 31.
Yeah, 1231. But it's still bringing 0.
Maybe the cell, maybe it's not converted to this general stuff in our own listing. Maybe short date and long date, that rebound listing.
I'm coming. Mhm. It's even like it's even 11/8/2024. Like his day before month sef. 12, 30, 31. I'm coming now. It's a serial number. 01, 01. Maybe let's try to put this. Yes. It's because I didn't surround it with this quotation to convert it to date. So we can say number of holidays. How many holidays do we have? How many holidays do we normally have in a month, in a year? Maybe like 13. So if you subtract that now, it's going to also change. Can you see 262 working days in a year? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Good.
But sorry, I have a question. Mostly that situation is really confusing.
Is also date too is also a text. Anything other than number and true or false. The, okay, ask a question.
Is that holiday receive a number of days?
What did you say?
The holiday calendar, is it a number of days?
The number of days that we have holidays.
So just to confirm that it is not weeks or
No, it's number of days. It's number of days. You're welcome. So how's it been so far, guys? Hope you guys are taking note and you are understanding. Cause by the time you have to do a project, trust me, you have to bring all these things together. Let me give you guys more like an insight to the assignment that you are going to get after this class on dates. Let me give you guys an insight into it. It's a like the first task is project management timeline calculation. Create a project management timeline that calculates important dates for task. Now this is your instruction. Assume that you are managing a project with a start date of September 1, 2024. Now the project involves three phases, each with different duration. The first one is 45 days. Phase 1 is 45 days. Phase 2 is 30 days. Starts immediately after phase 1. And phase 3 is 60 days. Starts immediately after phase 2. Now, the task is create a table that lists the start date of each phase and the end date of each phase and the total duration of the project. Use the date use the date today and end of the month function where applicable to calculate this date. Add a column that calculates the number of working days excluding weekend for each phase using the network days or function. Highlight any phase that ends on a weekend using conditional formatting. Submit the Excel file with the completed timeline. So the second one is employee service duration analysis. You have a list of employees with their hiring dates in a column in column A. You need to what to calculate the following: years of service, right? Calculate the number of full years each employee has been with the company using the dated if function. Month of service, exclude calculate the number of full month excluding full years using what the dated if. So you see, so these are more like things that you will get. Now Mujahid, you have a question. So you have to pay attention and it's going to, yeah, that's a research for you to make. What's full year? Mm-hmm.
I think full year is a leap year. Am I right, sir?
You're asking me?
I thought I can ask.
I don't want to answer. I said you should make research.
At least I guessed already, so perhaps I'm right.
It's not my position to say.
Welcome.
Guys, since I hope the videos of all these ladies will be present so you can actually use it to solve the assignment and everything.
You mean the videos of this one that we are currently having?
No, the ones that you taught us,
I don't get, come again.
like the one on the date and everything, the lecture note and everything.
The lecture notes and the recording of this class will be made available, and we also, yeah, we'll add extra resources in case you want to learn more. We'll add extra resources for you. Don't worry if it's that. You can be rest assured. You see, your assignment is already dangling in your head. You're just waiting for the 10 to knock and drop. So can you guys see like the assignment? So I'm coming. Yes. Now this one is financial forecasting with date function. Holiday planner application. Like you're going to do that. Birthday analysis and age calculation. The sixth question is invoice due date and payment tracking. Okay, so you're going to use subscription expiry date calculation, employee timesheets calculation, date validation for data entry, academic calendar with semester breaks. So those are the 10 questions under date functions alone. And today we've done, what's it called again? We've done text functions. That's going to have an assignment too. Then I'm hopeful that we're able to go to another function, which is more like, why are you crying, Busari Aziz? Which is like VLOOKUP. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? What's wrong? Why is everybody laughing? Is it funny? Is it too simple? Should we add more? Is there something you guys know that I don't know? I should add more. I let off it.
It's not true.
Ah,
No, no, like one thing I don't understand is how submitting that 10 question, how submitting that first question for just how many days? I don't know.
yeah.
Like,
You see, everything we are going to give you is something you do under 30, 40 hours. And everybody, like when you saw the application, you gladly filled yes. That, trust me, if you had filled no, we would not have included you. Like you not hear back from us. Like you just hear back from us that we cannot accommodate you at the moment. But oh, you looked at your schedule and you said yes, I have 30 hours or 40 hours per week. And we are like, okay, you are the kind of student we are looking for. Trust me, you can imagine this if this is your third week, right? Or we can say literally second week, and you are handling something like this. What do you think you'll be handling by the end of your program? Do you get what I'm trying to say? This is still beginning, like where we are still rubbing your head and playing with you. Just imagine when we want to finish you. Think of what you'll be doing by then. So, like I said during our what's it called? During our office hour, this boot camp is survival of the fittest. But one thing we can assure you is that if you do it and you do it diligently, you'll be in a better place. Even if you feel like you are not working yet with it, right? That maybe you have something you are currently doing, maybe you are schooling, maybe your current employment or something. You know that yes, I'm in a better place. So don't worry, you'll be fine. We are willing to support you as much as we can. Good. Now, if you want to get like maybe like we were asking me if you want to get this, you converted it to text in a specified format. For instance, now look at this text 11/8/2024, comma DDDD. That means day first, like what day of the month of the week, MMMM. Like we see there are four, meaning that we want it in full. DD, what is the date and what is the year? Why? So it's going like this one now will return Sunday, August 11, 2024. Also, date value converts a date in text format to a serial number that Excel recognizes as a date. Date value August 11, 2024, return it to this particular number, which represents the date serial number in Excel. Have you noticed that sometimes when I do some calculation, it brings something like this 45183. Then I'll go back and convert it into short date. This is the serial number of the date. All right, you guys are enjoying. I see you guys like what's it called. Now the next one is Mujahid.
Yeah, yeah. So I think this is why we use one function earlier in class when I just left. I was returning 31 instead of returning the actual date.
Exactly, this is
I
why.
converted it to a serial number.
Exactly, 31 is the serial number. You get it.
I get it.
Yeah, good. Now the last one is the work day. Returns a date that we what with a specified number of work days between them. For instance, now if you want to find 20 working days from today, you just say work day, you put today's date or the day you want to check, and you put the number of days after that you want to check for. It's more like network days, but it's like the opposite. The network days is you want to find how many working days do we have in between them. But this one is you want to find you have a date, you want to find what is the date of the 15 or the X amount of working days from today. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does actually.
Okay, let me come again. Network days is going to like if you have from January 1 to December 31, it's going to tell you from how many working days do we have between them. But for work days, it's going to tell you that what is the date of this X amount of working days, maybe like 20 working days from today or from that particular date. Does that make sense?
So it's like you are using this work day to find the date of a particular work day.
Yes, exactly. No, like for instance, now if bank should tell you that come and collect that we will fund your money in 20 working days, work day will tell you what
The
date.
date of that.
Yeah, 20 working days. But network days will tell you the number of working days between a specified period. Yeah. So that's the end of the date functions in Excel. So I think we can move to the next one, which is more like VLOOKUP. Lookups, right? Because I think that's the next thing. You see, we are so behind. Like we are still. This is where we are. This is where we are. This is where we are. Mm, what's the name? Lookups. So now, has any one of us heard what lookup is? Like, have you heard of lookup's function before? Sorry. Okay. Good. Okay, that's fine. So, any other person that has a prior knowledge of what lookup is?
When you're trying to look up for a word in one of the cells that you're talking about.
All right, you guys have an idea, but then let's quickly take walk through the class. Now, there are lookup function in Excel, and they are very very powerful. It's in fact it's one of the powerful tools in Excel, as for especially for data analysis. Like let me tell you some things that you have to really really pay attention to. That if you want to really really be a data analyst, they are non-negotiable. You have to be very good at them. Lookup is one of them. Pivot table, power pivot, visualization, dashboarding, data cleaning. Do you guys understand? We have what if analysis, we have data analysis tool pack. All of these things, like you have to make sure that you are good at them. Like all these data analysis tool pack that allows you to do one way and over, two way and over without going through all the stress. But don't worry, that's why you're in class. You would have the opportunity to go through them. So now they are commonly used to search for a value in one column and return a corresponding value from another column. For instance, now what we are trying to say is that if I know your matric number and I want to find your full name and I want to know your full name, I will use lookup to do that. Do you understand? Now they are commonly used here. Here are the most commonly used one. The first one is the VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP. V in the VLOOKUP means a vertical lookup. Now it has like a couple of arguments, but let's take the description first. Searches for what? For a value in the first column of a table and returns a value in the same row from another column. Now what are the parameters? The first one is lookup value. Lookup value is the value you want to search that you want to search for. For instance, now your matric number is your lookup value. Table array, from which table, from which data set do I want to look for that, what's it called, for your matric number. Then column index, the column number in the what, in the table from which you want to what, you want to retrieve the value. That is what column, like what's the number of your first name. I'm going to show you. We're going to look up Now, if you can, is optional. You can say if you want to find similar or any exact number. Now, let me show you. Let's go to Excel and let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's VLOOKUP. Now, look at this guy now. This is the customer ID. This is the company name. We want to look for the address, the city, the region, the postal code, the country, the contact name, and the phone number. Now, let's come to this customer information. You see, they said use VLOOKUP function to look up for the information from the customer information worksheet. This is the customer information, customer info. You see, we have the ID, we have the full name, we have the company name, we have the contact name, address, city, region, postal code. This is the array, this is the table. Now, let's try to go after it one by one. Now, they already did first name for us, but let me just, company name, let me just clear it. We say equal to VLOOKUP. Click on your FX to open your formula builder. Now, what's the lookup value? What value are we looking for? We are looking for this customer ID, right? Now, what's the table array? This, we are talking about this customer info. Select everything. You know how to select? Shift, Command or Control, then press the right to select everything on that row, then down to select the entire table. Now, what is the column index? Come back to this customer info. Now, you see that it's supplying with this. First, clear it off because we are looking for a number, not something. So now what we are looking for is what? Is the contact, is the company name, which is 2, right? 1, 2. So you put 2 here. Can you see? It already brought this guy for me, like the company name for me. Now, Mujahid, your question. No, don't, that's what I'm saying, that don't drag. Just click on Shift, Command, press right to get to the end of that row, then down. Look at what I did. Look at me again. Let me show you. Look at it again. I click on this beginning, like the top and the leftmost, right? Yeah, so I'll click on Shift, I'll click on Command or Control, then I'll press right. If I press right, can you see that it has taken all of that row for me? It has gone to phone. If you look at it now, phone is like it has circled, like squared or rectangled the whole of the row. Then if I press down, yeah, it's going to take me to the bottom. Can you see now? This is the bottom. Yes, so that's why I love using it. You are welcome. So now, who is confident enough with the lookup function that we just did to find me the address? You just tell me what to do. Raise your hand if you are confident enough. Give it a try. Nobody's going to beat you if you miss it. Trust me. I promise. They don't know your house. Hey, Amida, give it a shot. Amida Mustafa. Yeah, don't worry. You clear your confusion while doing it. Start. I'll help you. Don't worry. I'll help you. But the rest of you should pay attention. She's the only one I'm helping because she's the first person. The rest of you, I'm not going to help you. Oh yeah, Amida, I'm listening. You are muted though. How come you didn't say anything? You should have raised your hand and asked questions. Then I would have gone through it again. Alright, let's go through it again. Let me use that. We want to find the address. I'll say equals to VLOOKUP. That's the function. We want to use VLOOKUP. Right? Let's go to formula builder. The first thing is what value are we looking up for? We are looking up for the customer ID. We'll click on it. We'll come back to the table array. We'll we'll come to our customer information. In what table are we looking for it? We'll come back to customer information. We click on we highlight everything. Shift command right, then down. Right? That means we've selected everything. Now, what is the column index? Now, come to customer information. I said the column index is like we are looking for address, right? So it comes from this. Is it address we are looking for or contact name?
The address.
Okay, good. So we want to count from here 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the address. So first clear this one away, then put 4. Then it's going to give you the address. Done. Can you see? Now, Amida City. You still don't understand. You still don't understand. Don't worry. When you are telling us, right, you understand it better. Just start.
So I want to try the city.
Don't worry. You try the region. I want her to try the city. Yes. Yep. Let me open Formula Builder for you. Now, what's our lookup value? Hmm? What's our lookup value? Or B9? E9, it can't be E9. Lookup value is what we are looking for. What we want to use to search. That's the lookup value. So what about the table array? What about the table array? Alright, Baba Ali Ahmed, take it. But pay attention because I'm still going to ask you. You are going to take the
Yeah,
next
you
one.
go to the customer info. So you click on command shift right and down to select all the listing.
Done. The next one. The next one, which is the last one.
And so we are looking for the city. So go to the customer info to check the array list. It's somehow blurry. So that will be one, two, three, four. So that will be five. You clear down so you put five. Then that's
Yes, you see, it's Berlin. Now, who wants to go for region? Who wants to take region?
go for it.
Who wants to take region? Yeah, Mariam Aziz.
Okay, so you equals to VLOOKUP, then our lookup data is B9, then our table array, you go back to the customer info and highlight everything. Okay, then our column index.
Sorry. Please, let's start again.
Okay.
Let's start again. Equals to VLOOKUP. Let's click on FX. Okay, what's our lookup value?
Okay, our lookup value is B9.
This. Then what's our table or array?
Our table of array, we are going to go back to the customer info and highlight everything, all the data.
Then what about column index?
Column index. Then we'll go back to customer info as well. So I can count. Okay, one, two, three, four, five, six, six. Then clear the customer info and put six.
Not available. It's my fault. Don't worry. I was done that I didn't do this part well. Like I didn't highlight everything. Yeah. Yes. It's not bringing anything. It's not bringing anything. Let's count again. Customer info. Why is it not bringing anything? Okay, there's actually nothing in the region. Look at it. There's nothing in the region. The region is not specified. Okay. So who wants to try postal code? So you are correct. It's because the region. Oh, yeah, Zainab. It's Zainab and I saw first. Yeah, Zainab.
Okay, VLOOKUP equals to VLOOKUP.
Yeah.
Yes. The customer ID is B9.
Yeah.
Then the table array, you go back to the database. So I like all column, header, everything. I like the column header.
Sorry. Let's start again. Sorry.
Okay.
All right.
Equals to VLOOKUP.
Equals to VLOOKUP.
Yeah. The lookup value is B9.
Lookup value B9.
Then go back to the database. I like all the column headers. Okay. And the index number is okay. Back to the database.
So back to the database.
Yes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So delete that and 7. Yes.
Yes, and that's it. Well, who wants to try the country? Adi Emisiliat. That's the first name I saw.
Yes, sir. VLOOKUP.
What did you say?
VLOOKUP.
VLOOKUP.
Then customer ID B9.
B9.
Yes, sir. Then we go to our table to highlight everything.
Coming to our table to highlight everything.
Then customer index. We go to the table again to count it. I think it's 9.
Count. I'm not counting for you.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. We delete that one, that customer info, then put 8.
Good. That's jamming. Who wants to go for contact name? Amida. You raise the hand first. Equals to VLOOKUP.
Goes to customer ID 9. Table.
Then column index. Which one are we looking for? Contact info. Contact name. Contact name.
It's still real. Oh, sorry.
Contact name. Oh, contact name. Check. Look at it again. You see, that's it. So now, I want to take the last one. Mujahid,
Thank you, sir.
you're welcome.
Is equal to
Equal to VLOOKUP.
press the FX button. Our local value is the ID number inner.
Okay.
Go to customize table. Right now it's on.
All right. What about column index?
Yeah. Folder index. We are looking for the folder. So we'll go back to the customize.
All right. It's the one at the end.
Phone is the one at the end. Should be 9. Let me count.
Yes. Yes, you're right. It's 9. So, can you guys see how easy VLOOKUP is? Do you know why I took my time on it? Because it's usually quite confusing. That's why I made sure that we actually took our time on it. And it's not something that you can easily go and watch video on and learn on your own. But I'm glad that we all understand it now, like everybody, because we took enough examples. Now let's quickly take a quick practice on this left, right, and mid. Look at it. They say use left, right, and mid functions to complete the following table. The first thing is class, the first two character of training code. Branch, fourth and fifth character of training code. Year, seventh to tenth character of training code. Level code, the last two characters of training code. Now, who wants to confidently say I'm going to get this first line? Who wants to say I'm going to do it? I'm not going to help you.
Can you come again with the instructions, sir?
I want you to do this. Please, guys, give me like 1 minute to. I quickly need to take care of something, please.
Okay, sir.
He took permission that he wants to quickly take care of something.
Hey, sorry, good morning. I just heard that, like, have you delivered the cost? The rider just told me that he has picked up an order from the delivery place. Is this still your order? Is this still your order or another one? Or okay, that means he's bringing it now. I'm so sorry. No, 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 it's not like that. We can even give you discount. so that we use it to apologize. Yeah. All right. So that please, thank you. And please, we are sorry. It's not usually like that. I don't know why it behaved like that yesterday. I'm so sorry. I'll call you, Sha, when you get to the order. Let me know. Yeah. They've not picked it. It's still the order. Yeah, tell him to go and deliver it. Yeah. You can still go and deliver it. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm back.
We are in class, not court, sir.
What did you say? We are in class, not court. Oh, it's true. This is not jury. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the class, let's get started. Okay, who's hand is? Nureni Taufik, you raise the hand first before Mujahid.
Okay, thank you very much. For the first one, me, the class, the first two characters of the training code. So we use the first two characters. We use left. Is
Equal
it
to.
equal to left?
Mm-hmm. Text, which text? This
The
one,
text is B12, yes.
comma,
I think
um,
comma 2.
um, so, wow, it
Now,
worked. It worked. So, yeah, branch. The next one is branch.
for the branch, we use mid equal to mid. The fourth and the fifth. We start from the one, two, three, four. We start from the fourth.
Click,
That is
click the text first.
yes, the text B12.
Okay, then what's the start number? The fourth,
The fourth,
comma. What's the number of, how many number of characters do you want?
we have 1. That is 1.
It can't be one. Fourth and,
Fifth, okay, fifth characters.
how many characters are you extracting? Number of
We are extracting
characters.
two.
Exactly. Can you see SL? Now, what about year?
Yeah, 7th to 10th character of the code.
So how am I going to do it?
Okay, we are going to use right. We are going
Right,
to use right.
right.
Equal to right. Yeah. The 7th to 10th characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So what am I
So
going to use?
we are using right.
Right.
No. We are not using right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yes, we are using right. Equal to right.
Okay.
No, we are using mid. Sorry, mid. Equal to mid.
All right.
Okay. The 7th.
Click the text first. Don't forget.
Yes, the text.
7, comma.
I'm coming here. 7, comma 5.
5. No, this is not what we want.
Okay.
You see it.
Let's stop. Mid equal to mid.
Mm-hmm.
Then the B12, the value,
Mm-hmm.
the cell.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Then from 7th to 10th. 4.
Good. Can you see that's how it works? Now the level code.
And we use right equal to right. Then the B12, comma, the last two. We are going to use comma 2.
Yes, that's how it works. So guys, that's how you do it. And let me stop our